Hey there, tonight we embark on a journey into a world both scandalous and scholarly, intimate yet confounding, occasionally outright bizarre, the hidden, untold story of medieval sex. Yes, I know, you probably didn't expect your evening to start here, but trust me, by the end, you'll be laughing, cringing, and marveling all at once. Before we dive in, do yourself a favor, like this video, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and drop a comment telling me where in the world you're watching from and what time it is. There's nothing quite like seeing the global crowd joining our journey across time. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a soft fan for ambience, and let's step into a world of chivalry, curiosity, and eyebrow-raising customs. Forget the silk sheets, the soft lute music, and candlelit chambers you've seen in movies. Reality was often far, far less glamorous. Most medieval intimacy happened in small, shared rooms, homes bustling with family members, aging relatives, and yes, a goat or chicken, or both, who didn't exactly respect personal space. Privacy. A medieval luxury on par with owning a jetpack. Beds were shared. Curtains were rare. Even in noble households, servants might be snoozing at the foot of your bed or standing awkwardly in the corner, pretending nothing unusual was happening. Traveling compounded the problem. Inns often had shared beds, meaning strangers might be crammed side by side for the night. Want a little affection? Check the bed first, and hope the boots aren't muddy. Married couples could attempt intimacy if both parties were awake, reasonably clean, and the children slept facing away. If unmarried, discretion required double caution, and the local gossip mill was merciless. Monasteries and convents, of course, had a simple rule: no privacy, no distractions, no whispers. But human nature, as ever, found loopholes. High garden walls in abbeys weren't just architectural flair. They were silent witnesses to the eternal battle between desire and discipline. And then there was the church. Oh, the church. Its influence shaped private life, and its views on intimacy were crystal clear. Sex was for one thing only: procreation. Pleasure. Bonding. Stress relief. Sinful distractions. Theological manuals instructed married couples on the precise do's and don'ts: only allowed on certain days, modesty required, passion frowned upon, missionary deemed ideal. Confession became the ultimate surveillance system, with priests knowing more about parishioners' bedrooms than their birthdays. Enforcement varied, of course. Peasants often quietly ignored rules. Nobles, with chaplains and advisors breathing down their necks, had less flexibility. The medieval calendar became an obstacle course for lovers. Sundays. Forbidden. Fridays. Penitential. Wednesdays. Suspicious. Lent, Advent, feast days, and even certain moon phases dictated when intimacy was allowed. Half the year could be off-limits, leaving couples navigating desire like a maze designed by a mischievous deity. Too enthusiastic during forbidden days. Prepare for guilt and extra confession. One 13th century bishop even scolded a couple for excessive affection, more than once a month, and suggested redirecting passion toward prayer. Needless to say, they weren't thrilled. Marriage itself was a business deal. Romance was a side quest, affection an optional DLC. For peasants, suitability meant land, livestock, and skills. Noble families arranged matches like chess moves, weighing alliances, property, and feuds over candlelit dinners or poetry. Love was real but usually came after the wedding, not before. Secret flirtations, songs, and moonlit walks were rare and risky, punishable by public penance or a fine. And now, let's clear up a legendary misconception: chastity belts. Popular culture loves the image of the ironclad medieval woman, locked away while her husband went to war. Reality? Myth. Most historical examples are from the Renaissance or Victorian era. They were impractical, unsanitary, and largely symbolic. True medieval fidelity relied on surveillance, reputation, and matchmaking, not padlocks. Yet medieval towns weren't prudish about everything. Brothels, in fact, were sometimes legal and regulated. Town councils licensed them, charged taxes, and even employed overseers to maintain order. The church officially condemned them but unofficially turned blind eyes, or collected rent. Life in a brothel wasn't ideal, but for some women, especially widows or those without family, it offered economic survival. Patrons came from all classes, paying in coins, eggs, or wool. Cleanliness and basic regulations existed, proving that even in this shadowed world, some structure reigned. Hygiene, of course, was a medieval adventure. Peasants bathed infrequently, using rivers or buckets. Soap was precious. Public bathhouses existed but sometimes closed during plagues, or scandals. The wealthy could indulge in hot baths scented with herbs, attended by servants. Clothes trapped heat and odors, and perfumes were a luxury. Kissing. A daring act. And yet, love endured, often because everyone smelled equally awful. Contraception was a medieval puzzle. People tried herbal concoctions, animal membranes, rituals, and bizarre, scientific methods, like wine boiled with beaver testicles or vigorous jumping post-intimacy. Some proto-barrier methods existed, but reliability was low. Church condemnation was inevitable, desire to avoid pregnancy, however, persisted. Couples relied on folk wisdom, hope, and sometimes the mercy of local clergy. Unintended pregnancies led to hurried marriages, fines, or awkward village interventions. Virginity was both a virtue and a political tool. For nobles, it could determine alliances, inheritance, and family honor. For peasants, expectations varied but still mattered. Verification methods ranged from midwives' inspections to the infamous, albeit inaccurate, blood-stained sheet after marriage. Public scrutiny was intense, and failure could have far-reaching consequences. Yet, even amidst these restrictions, desire, flirtation, and intimacy persisted. Medieval Europe was a world where human nature found creative, sometimes hilarious ways to persist despite limited privacy, religious oversight, and hygiene hurdles. People fell in love, plotted secret rendezvous, and navigated desire with ingenuity, humor, and occasionally reckless abandon. So tonight, as we look back, remember, medieval intimacy wasn't about romance novels or candlelit fantasies. It was a complex dance of survival, social norms, religion, humor, and the eternal human desire to connect. The Middle Ages were messy, hilarious, scandalous, and profoundly human. And in that chaos, love, awkward, stinky, and occasionally forbidden, still found its way. If this journey through desire, devotion, and discipline intrigued you, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Where would you have hidden for a stolen kiss? And which medieval rule would have driven you mad first? Share your answers, let's continue exploring history's most intimate secrets together.